I'm not entirely sure. But I'm up here on top of the world and hiking, and hopefully um, I wanted to get some beautiful scenery. Um, let's see if I can. Yeah, so that zooms me in, that turns me around. Here we are. All right, now I'm trying to put this on my grip, hike with it. This is Big Cottonwood Canyon over there. So, Honeycomb Canyon's on the other side. I think this is Middle Fork. Days Fork, I'm sorry. This is Days Fork. And, looking up the, usually walk up this ridge there. Get this tripod and hold her out. Let's see. I really hope this is coming through beautiful. And let's see here. Grip on it. I'll be able to start walking. Hello, Captain Calmag. Thanks for joining. I'm just taking a hike. Trying to keep this as steady as I can as I go. Let's see. I don't know. This even zooms. Oh, hey, look at that. Let's see. It's called Cardiac Ridge because it looks like a heartbeat. Skier who's a surgeon came up with that name. Let's see. Let's zoom back out. Here we go. I think that's it. Let's see. I'm gonna try and hike and see if we can keep a signal. I'm way up on a ridge. I have no idea where I'm connecting to. Again, here's 360 degrees here. Big Cottonwood Canyon. Top of Little Cottonwood Canyon. This is Devil's Castle out there. Alta. Behind the trees where I was skiing the other day. Happy solstice. A snowbird right in front of us there. Right on, yep, and that's winter in New Zealand. Hey, down in New Zealand there, I've got the New Zealand genetics and feminized coming out soon here. They're fully set to seed. Here, check this out. We've got alpine growth here. I'm up somewhere close to 11,000 feet where I'm at right here. Here's some. Let's see, where are they? They're there. That's the one. I'll have. I think I can do international shipping here now with the fish bait novelty. So I'm still working on the Wangui River. It's more of a hemp, but just trying to get it to clone and revert, and then I've got the chemical for. There's 2 males. I want to salvage that. I believe I have the last 2 of those plants in the world. Pay homage to the fellow that stewarded that once upon a time ago. I want to do a whole series of these live or recorded alpine wildflower walks and talks. I gotta watch where I'm going, not where I'm filming, because it literally drops off big ass fucking cliff right there. Ancient seabeds, right? This has all been lifted and shattered. I'm in between two different mining districts, actually. You can see quite a bit of mining that goes on in these distant zones. My hope was to be, I was going to go up this valley, and I remember it's super fucking steep at that saddle, and decided that's a bad idea. And I came up this ridge and forgot how much I got to go up that. I was hoping to be over there right about now, standing on this one, taking pictures of that one. But here we are, closer. This doesn't suck, right? I haven't been up this ridge in a couple of years, just walking slow. Here's all sorts of cool stuff, though. You can see is the seabeds were shattered and lifted by the fault lines. You can see the intrusions and quartz inlays, right? But you can totally also see the structure of the ancient seabed right there. All these flats. So it's kind of neat because some of the stuff I've learned in mineralogy and geology is how it takes specific tilts after the fault lifting to crack and then get intruded by the hot water because of the pressure and the angles and things. And then you got to have the right chemistry in the seabed and the water coming through, and you get the sulfur in there and stuff, and the iron and moves through. But the gold tends to already be in the seabed, they found, and it's not coming in through the lava. It was microscopic in the seabed that it gets squeezed, pressurized, liquefied. See this, and then it collects with the quartz. And how's that for some cool knowledge? And I've been trying to remember oceanic gold, or there was some term for that, and actually I learned about it from an Australian geologist watching some cool stuff from them Australian. Oh, this is fucking cool shit right here. Here's some of the imagery I like to show off. That's just beyond beautiful. That why I do these things. I'm always prospecting. I actually did find some money rocks the other day. These ridges, you can see the mines here. Let's see, I'll zoom in. So hardcore, the Hellgate Cliff is right in front of us here. And on the other side of that ridge. And there's a little pathway. See right there in the middle of the screen? That's probably the pathway he may have last taken. Either that or he was up on, let's see, no, not that peak. This little middle one right there, little red one in the middle. But you can see the orange streak there. That's a mine, okay. And all down in here, there's a tan streak out. That's a mine. There's another one down lower, down in the center there. That's all mine dump. You can't really see right behind those trees. That's all mine tailings and waste rock, right? So tailings, technically tailings is rock that's been processed. But so here, look, and then the waste dump is what most people call tailings, and that's a wrong terminology. So here in hard rock areas, here's an adit right here, or a shaft, right? And I think they ran a little that way, but fuck, I gotta get around this somehow. There's the intrusion they were looking at. So I'm stepping on. Yeah. Mostly silver around here, but there's some gold. And here's a neat one I was thinking as I was hiking today. And yeah, so I just found money rocks the other day for the first time on this ridge. And I've been picking up rocks up here for forever, right? And this is mostly limestone and dolomite in huge areas. And like this stuff right here is dolomite I'm walking on. And I'm right on a trail. Okay. So when I was young and first started prospecting around just for fun, and the real treasure is being outdoors, right? Being able to share this shit with people. But first person told me gold is where you find it. Next person told me gold looks black when you see it. The next person said gold is red when you see it. And the truth of the matter is, the only time I ever found gold and knew it, it either looked like gold. Here's all these different colors. It either looked like gold that came out of a river, or if I was doing hard rock sampling, it was it looked like silver, actually. And it was in the galena. And so I found some galena the other day over on this side, and previously, well, straight behind the fucking tree, of course. Previously I found galena there, and then also straight down that ridge down over there I found some big chunks of it that I've shown y'all on Paradigm Shift. I don't know if I've shown it on this channel. So yeah, there's mine dump over there, and I got about minutes up this fucking ridge here, I think, before I'm back in the sick ass views. I'll try and keep it interesting. So I've been up here on my skis, been up here in the full moonlight. I don't know about you, but I love this shit. And you don't even have to work hard when I'm sharing it. I know there's a lot of people who can't actually ever come up a trail like this and see these things. So this would have been cut by the miners a long ass time ago in the snow. So it would have been up higher when they cut it. But, and all this is regrowth since the miners were up here. I really wanted to capture the alpine glow today. Really what I came up here for. And so I could stay on the ridge. But I end up dropping down again, so I hate gaining extra elevation. So crazy little factoid. They so I want to be at that ridge right now. They dropped the new tram car for the tram at Snowbird by accident when installing it. I guess I could go to the ridge. I really thought I had a trail below. To give you an idea. Rock! There's a cliff beneath me. I just kicked a rock. And yeah, I think there's a little trail down there. There's a deer trail. Deer bed. All right. Nice little flat spot here. And it just flipping drops off. So not so much anymore. There's so many people get up on these ridges. People actually mountain bike up here. There's more stumps that are cut high. But there's mountain goats that live up here. And some of you might know I've spent quite a bit of time, and I used to call myself the mountain goat as a nickname for myself. So I used to spend so much time cruising around these ridges, other ridges. You know, I've been here since '97, and there's not a whole lot of places you can see in these videos I haven't walked or skied where you can. But boy, I got up on this ridge one day and met a mountain goat, Rocky Mountain. Not a sheep, right? I've seen some big horned sheep before that. This was the fucking goats. And I saw them moving across rock faces. There's no way I would ever attempt. They were like, you gotta be kidding. So I've never called myself a mountain goat or a billy goat since, even though I got the billy goat's gruff beard going. So, yeah, I was gonna come up this valley. So this metal thing in front of us, they used to shoot artillery up here. They still do a little bit, and straight across from the ridge. Let's see if I can zoom in on the gun tower. Right there in the middle of the screen, that small building is a 40 and 70 millimeter howitzer. There's the tram over there. So yeah, I did see the tram going today. I started in on that story, didn't finish it. This little metal thing right in front of me here, it's about 40 feet tall. So they hold a gas blaster, and they'll use that now for shooting off the avalanches and stuff. And Galena, yes. Sorry, folks, I'm walking and not paying attention to the questions. Yes, Galena is definitely the rock. So the stuff I've had assayed, it's Galena is a crystal of lead, right? And the Uintas, you can't quite see them, but they're back there in that haze, the high Uintas, and that's like, once you get into them, that's 80 miles of a roadless area, one of the biggest contiguous roadless areas in the southern U.S. or the contiguous 48. So Galena can carry different metals in the stuff. It's I've had assayed from up here, and it comes from behind this ridge in the center right there. Mine called Glory Hole, and it was 700 ounces of silver to the ton. And I got two assays, and one came out at 70 ounces, no, 200 ounces of silver, and one was 70 ounces of silver. But both of them had 2 ounces of gold, right? And so just to add the gold alone, that's a hot mine, right? So this is Mount Superior out there, Broad's Fork in front of us, I believe. I met a couple of kids who walked over from the other side from Big Cottonwood this morning. Let's see, I got some technical walking here. So the Alpenglow is one of my most favorite things in the world, in life. Being up in these super high. All right, I guess that's it there. Cool. All right. I wanted to switch hands with my staff, but I'm just going to pay attention. Sorry if this is shaky film here, because I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking at this 60-degree slope I'm walking on, a loose soil and rock. I got off the deer trail, but I'm negotiating. Sure is pretty, though. Sure is pretty. I hope I'm all the way zoomed out. I don't feel like I am, though. For some reason, it feels like I'm zoomed in. I want more broad landscape view, but you can see what we're looking at here, I think, as long as it's not too fuzzy. You know, I'm way up on top of mountains, so I have no idea what kind of quality. My picture looks great. I'm assuming it's not just fuzz for you guys. And There's 5 of you watching still, so I'm assuming it's worth looking at. Oh, someone left, so maybe not. Epic. There it is. Sweet. All right. I knew I was like too far up still. I bet it goes out even further than that. See it coming though? There's the alpenglow. There's night behind me. I'm stuck up on this ridge in the dark. The dead battery in my phone. Never. I mean, it's not like I've never done that before. I can go right down this valley in front of me. I wonder. Well, it looks a little pinker to my eyes than what I see in the screen. And here's the trail again. So this is west, by the way. And the sun's out there way to the north at the moment. Hello, sunshine. That's not actually hitting me. I gotta hold the camera up ways to get that. Here's some shit though. I mean, the way it hits the needles and stuff and just lights it up. And I wish it would come through the way I see it. It's close. That's pretty close. But again, this is some of my most favorites in the world, is being up on these ridges. I used to carry my daughter up here in the hot summer and be up here with her at these times. She's almost 18. She won't hike up here with me. I wish it's ingrained in her soul. If she ever makes it back, she'll know what she missed the whole time. But I used to carry her from a mile or two behind me along the ridge and then down right behind where I started this film from. Did this zoom in again by accident somehow? Zooming. That's it. All right. People do ski that kind of stuff. This one right in front here. I think these are limber pine. Again, here's one that got cut by the miners. That's the shit right there. Yeah, you can see the night coming up quick behind me there. I knew it. There's the trail that cuts across from where I started. I didn't need to go up at all. Just ain't been up here and so flipping long I lose track of where everything's at as far as trails go. Get off the trail quite a bit. Don't follow. When you're skiing, there is no trail. Just gotta know where everything's at. So I won't quite have midnight sun up here, but I'll have 11 o'clock light, that's for sure. I have no idea what time it is right now. But my car's way down there by them vehicles, center screen, or buildings, I should say. And yeah, shucks, gotta negotiate. Douglas fir, Pseudozugu menzizii. I got all sorts of this stuff I'm negotiating here. Let's see, name it out there for you. Oh yeah, so I gotta get down this, get around all that to the saddle, and then I'll probably bug off for the hike down. So that's all mines right down in front of me there too. By the way, all through that valley. So like some years I'll be up here for full moonlight hiking these ridges, and then you can follow the moon from dusk back out around those ridges there and saddle and come along the ridge in the middle, all along this thing with the full moon, and then normally I go down that 45 degree, 60 degree ridge over there. And again, I've been up here skiing all this stuff. It's kind of crazy fun. Crazy fun. And yeah, I gotta figure my way down this stuff. It's all this edge of slate and shale. Sharp ass, you don't want to fall on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna head back out that ridge where I wanted to. Be where I started. Oh, you can see Salt Lake. So there used to be a lot more Salt Lake to see, but here, let's take a look at some of this beauty we got here. Beautiful cliff. Beautiful alpenbliss. So that's Mount Ogden out there in the center distance there for the Olympics downhill was from. So let's see, let's zoom in on the lake. Here it is. That's Great Salt Lake there. I'm gonna set down the camera for a minute if I can. The hand's going down, I'm holding it too long. See if we can't just kind of zoom in on the lake there. Hold on, I'll adjust this. Let's see. Nope, I'm looking the wrong direction. There we go. Oh. Yeah, that got me on the GoPro. All right. Shut that one off. That's a spark woodcracker, I think. Oh, man is numb from holding that camera so long. Well, my hand is numb from having broken my neck twice and then carried the camera, so I got a downhill to go. Solid 2,000 feet. Let's see, I'm going to put you back on. Tripod for a second here. Put a warmie on for my descent. It's getting cool. Deep. We'll see how long I keep the camera going for this. I don't know. I should really pay attention to my hiking at this point. So I'm gonna lose light, but it is beautiful, and just as soon record Solstice Alpenglow. A beauty. All right. See the upturned seabed here. Shale, slip rock. Ledge, and then I got this shot right through here that appears to be where the deer go. So I'm holding my foot sideways, right? Cliff right underneath me here. So I was going to come up this way, and it probably would have got me to that ridge, but I decided I didn't want the steepest part last. Down's always faster. Oh, it looks like someone else came down here with trekker poles. Big old freaking hole with perfect spacing in here. Trekker poles really cause a lot of erosion. Let me see. So I do not know if this is an old path. It's kind of peters right in here. I know it gets really steep over there. Not so bad back into here, so I'm going to follow that route. Not straight down. show that shit off. There it is, right? Everything turns beautiful pink. The magic of light. All right. I'm looking at the camera and not my feet. I gotta walk. It's gonna be dark, dark, dark. The bar's already closed. This I know. I don't know what time it is, but I know what the light is. And sitting at the bar, it closed last night. We watched the light hit the tops of those peaks there. So, you know, that drops off, right? Not there. It all drops off. I've done that one steep there. I'm gonna go over here and aim for going around that little bowl. Let's see, can I find that? There's a jet up here. All lit up. Totally red. UFOs. Oh, there's so many more chats that I missed completely. Reading chat real quick. Yes, artillery for avalanches. All right, I gotta keep walking. It's so funny. I missed all that chat. It's typical. I'm always missing chat. So I have no cartilage in my knees. And I'm literally like bone on bone, sort of, but I have strong enough muscles, even though I'm out of shape, where it kind of keeps it off. And I pay attention, I stretch, and change my gait and things like that. There's a little rock outcrop up there. Right. So when the runoff, when the snow's melting, literally overland flow over these rocks in these zones here, that section in front. I didn't get up here this year for runoff. I had hip issues. You may know I busted my hip about a year and a half ago now, and there's that alpine glow coming over my head soon. Went to work with my buddy doing swamp coolers on the roof, and so here I have like constant variable placement of my foot and different muscles getting triggered and fired, little micro muscles. When you're on the roof, it's like 4, 6. So video started right in the center of the screen right there, actually. But on the roof, you're like repeating. There's only 4 positions you stand on the whole freaking time. And that just destroys the hip, and so I had like 2 months of just being in extreme hip pain, not doing shit. So this is hike like 5 or 6 since ski season ended. After I went right to work, and that was stupid. Probability is though I'll be getting I'm gonna take gainful employment up here. I'm gonna maybe take a job as a cook at the Snowbird. Get benefits and my teeth fixed. I got this grassy bowl or rocks. I kind of like the grassy bowl. Smoother, a little easier on the knees. Big old side steps. Woohoo! Pretty fun to ski. It's a lot funner to ski this actually. It's no harder to hike it in the snow. You just breathe and take a step and breathe and take a step. Try to keep that from jiggling as much. It's kind of hard. Need to get a gimbal. I got these stands. They're kind of nice, but gimbal would be nicer, right? So I just come down from the saddle there. And maybe 500 feet of elevation since I left the saddle. Still a couple of you watching, so I ain't shutting it off just yet. But I think the quality of what we have to see is depleted. I got this big bowl right in front of me that drops off into a mine. But I'm gonna skirt. There's roads down right beneath me there. But getting through this stuff can be a real pain, especially when you get on the mine dumps. That stuff's like just teeny pieces and it's super steep and you slide on it. So I like. I've come down this ridge here and in front of me in complete darkness after the moon set even. I've done it in sandals too. So let's see the entrance to hardcore right there where he went missing is over there in the middle of the screen. You see how much light stays up high though. That's what, if I stay on the ridge, you can see that lights are so late. And as you drop into the valley, it gets darker faster. But that alpenglow is right over me now. And I don't know if you can tell the pink and the. If I can turn it this way and make it go. Nope, didn't work. Anyhow. We do get light pollution up here, both from some of the lodges. Park City's just over the hill, Heber, and Salt Lake City itself. So this is a little sucker hole I gotta be careful of not dropping because there's a cliff underneath me. There's another one I'm gonna traverse a bit here. And again, I could make it down through there onto the road, but then I'm in zigzagging on the road and I gotta make it through a bunch of rock and stuff. I know this is a lot easier on my knees, so I go this way. There's a mine dump right there. Most of these mines have been sealed up 80s through when I got here in the late 90s. I actually, with my forestry fire inmate crew, would go out and we did a couple of mine sealing operations. We'd carry cement and water and use the local stone usually. Sometimes we bring cinder block. We'd use fence posts. So here's the top of the mine right here. Actually, I think, and then the entrance would have been beneath it. This right below there's the dump top. So when I was looking for hardcore though, I walked all over all that stuff I just skirted around. I zigzagged through all that rock face there looking for them. Everything off in the far distance. And somebody else looked over that ridge and I left it to that person and that's where he was, unfortunately. Kind of fucked, but that's the way it is. All right. almost a little deer trail here, I think. Let's see, I want to dive off or traverse. I'll end up losing reception, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch this and see how quality is, because I would love to do, I know down by the river and stuff, so much geology up here that I'd like to teach live, and so much easier for me to do it live than upload it. Uploads take me forever. I did a 3-minute upload that took 40 minutes. I don't understand it. It didn't even look like it had the very good quality at the end of the upload. So I'm walking through wildflowers that ain't quite blossomed yet. Mint, mountain mint. The aroma is wonderful. Fresh air. I don't know if you can hear the roar of the water in the stream in the canyon below. GoPro shutting off. That's Pfeiffer horn out there. I'd be surprised if there isn't people on the Pfeiffer horn right now. Lone Peak is the flat ridge out behind there, I believe. What's up, Marshall? Alright, back to walking. Tough thing is there's so little light up here that the screen actually starts to throw off my eyesight. As long as there's two of you got nothing better to do, watch this. I'll just keep on, but I'm not going to look at the screen a whole lot more. I gotta walk. Alright, where the fuck this drops off again? Right, okay, that's right. And this is where I changed. So yeah, I was right in this zone. I decided to hike over there to the ridge and up that way and around, instead of the way I just came down, which was my initial plan to get up to there, which I never did. But it's all good, because it doesn't matter. In the infinitesimality of all things, it does not matter. Boy, it's so fun to ski this shit, though. Literally, it's like 4 minutes instead of, and that's because I got to go across some flats. Ah, shit, I got to side hill that. I'm way higher, lower than I wanted to be. Okay, here we go. See this? There's a deer path right here. And just because this is too steep, but it kind of levels through here. And that actually goes up out to the ridge, and I'm not going to follow it. Let me see. Boom. And I'm going to go there. About that angle the whole way out. It's funny, I might come across, I found a, what was it? It's down around that corner. All right, that's where I'm headed to. Nalgene bottle, but it was full of something nasty. Beautiful Nalgene bottle. I just left it back here. Didn't want to carry it, didn't want to open it. Didn't expect to come back the same way. You can see how I just avoided that little steep section with the traverse and redirect. The whole way up, you can see, let's see, there's some light off to the right, but that's not the one I'm looking at. The one straight down the middle there, that's Peruvian Lodge. And they had ACE, Alta Community Enrichment, had lemonade and lawn games tonight. Social fundraiser, and you drop $5 or $10, whatever you can afford, and you get your lemonade, and they usually got food. And, BYOB to spike it with live music. So look here, there's road, right? And here's a path that would take me right down to that road if I so chose. And so there's actually some, you can see some between the road and me, a parallel or a traverse as well. I'm just gonna keep side hilling. Shortest route. Walking on the gravel roads hurts my knees. I take long steps, and you're always, this side hill stuff is soft. So that, in my youth, I used to come up and just sleep on the ridges so I could watch this light that we see now. Got Granny watching, last person. Let's see. I come through these bushes earlier, and I think I want to be bottom end of it as I come through. Yeah. But there is a flat beneath. I don't think that's what I want, though. I think I want this. Yeah. Here's the spot I was looking for. That's the one. Oh yeah, there's the next line, right in the line where I'm headed. You can see the lights, it means it's dark out. This camera's great. Hope you guys see half of what I see. It sure is pretty. I hear voices. Hear birdies. All right, let's see, where am I going again? That blinds me looking at that fucking thing. All right. Let's see. There's that road. This is much funner. Road. Skirting this mine rock outcrop knob here. Happy Solstice dog days. Thanks for joining. have to go back and watch this from the beginning. Give you a little. No horses right here, but maybe over the Uintas behind me. Yeah, this is the top of Little Cottonwood Canyon we're at right now. I had the Uintas earlier in view, but nice. I'm there. I haven't ridden a horse since my last visit to the Grand Canyon. Have a soup pie reservation, and the medicine man sweat doctor gave me this horse to ride out the canyon, and I'd blown my knee. But it was a wild horse. This is the funniest story. Okay, this is great. I'll tell a funny story. High as fuck on LSD, because I thought I was walking out with a blown knee, and he shows up with a horse for me. But this horse, this is a mind dump. This horse was 3/4, 9/10 wild Indian pony, and it knew where it was going a lot better than I did, because I was just a tourist white guy, right? And I'd done sweat lodge with the medicine man, spoken tongues the day before, actually several days before, telling about how to make the green butter and such. So we're heading down this. Heads down to the next rock outcrop on the left there, gets steep, and then really pretty mellow after that. So my buddy Alvin Potasoy was his name. He says, "No, I got to go pick up my sister at the top of the mountain. She's waiting for me to pick her up. So, it'll be a help of me if you ride the horse up. He needs to get tamed and everything." And he was totally lying. Just didn't want me to just like take the free horse ride, because that was part of his income, was to charge people for horse rides. And so I rode the horse up, but I didn't know where we were going, where I was supposed to meet up with certain people or whatever, and I was trying to tell the horse to go where I wanted to go, and the horse knew where to go. And it was pissed at me right from fucking get go. And we're heading up through the village, we're heading up out of the valley. We stopped by the river above the village. There's the pass that come down. And we stopped to smoke through his peace pipe and have our last smoke. And we mixed some tobacco with cannabis, and we passed out. We finished with and he actually, it was the only time I smoked through the peace pipe with the stem on it. He put the pipe away. We hired back on the horse, and this is like one rope halter and an old Indian saddle with a blanket and a scavine pony. And we're heading to the canyon mouth, and all of a sudden this pony realizes what's happening, and he's like, "No fucking way am I carrying this tourist gringo white guy up the freaking canyon." And he got so pissed that he bolted, right? Pulled its halter out of my hand and took off freaking running. And I was the most classic, epic epitome of the tourist on the runaway Indian pony that you could ever imagine. It was so fucking hilarious. Now my buddy Alvin, he had all of my friends' backpacks on his pack horse, right? And so he starts chasing me, but then he realized he had to drop the pack train. And there's another pack train coming up that's about to head out of the canyon carrying other people's stuff, other tourist stuff. And then there's 2 pack trains that just come down the canyon. So I got 4 pack trains drivers, front and back. I got 5, 6 Indians chasing me, just going hog wild through the canyon. And this pissed off spavine pony just jumping and bucking and running like a mad thing. And I'm holding on to the freaking saddle apple for all my dear life. That was the funny. They finally freaking got a rope. They come up alongside, got a rope on, and settled that fucking thing down and drove it to the mouth and pushed. It was the hardest thing to get it up. Once it got up the mouth, it only messed with me a couple of times. After that point, it just I rubbed my knees up on the rocks a few times at the bottom. Anyhow, happy solstice, everybody. How's that for a fun story? You know, I'd like to do a blog where these little stories, I have 100,000 of them. And it's hard to have something trigger the memory. I can't just pull them out of my ass and start telling them. All right, I gotta walk. It's dark. I've got, well, I gotta get down to it. You can see a road down there, but I'm going down this ridge to it. I think you can see that. Whoop! That's Devil's Castle out there lit up. Yeah, I gotta not have that thing in my view. I can't see when that thing displaces my pupils light. All right, I need to go this way. There's my target. All right. Bada bing, bada bang. Happy solstice. Let's see, I got a rock outcrop I gotta get through here. Show y'all, go right through these. These are all this is like landmarks for me that wintertime, summertime, winter, dark, right? I know where I'm at on these mountains because I've walked them all so many fucking times. Let's see, yeah. Go through this gap. Can't tell, I'm kind of half sliding, half stepping here. It's crazy, there was roads up this fucking mountain, up to these mines. You're killed deer, I think. That's weird. All right. There shouldn't be killdeer up here. That doesn't make sense. They travel long distances in a single flight, but they're down the lake. That's totally normal. Where the fuck am I? There we go. I still got another 800, 600 feet of elevation, but it's lower angle, not so steep. From here on out. So I'm gonna swap hands here. An interesting little thing right here. I need to come up and just do a little. So there's a flat through here. There used to be a road, and then this rock outcrop. Something got dug in here, but there's also, like, it wasn't a mine. There's like a structure right there. There's no light. So that's a rock wall buildup. So I don't know if someone had a dugout in here. It's kind of out of the way of avalanches for the most part. So yes, I am hiking in the complete dark without a light. That's my normal thing. I started doing that. One of the Jesuit priests turned me on to it, actually. Yeah. We had a crazy, the night that happened, actually, we were all going backpacking in the San Bernardinos. The San Bernardino? No. Where were we? Where do I want to go? This is road cut. We were right out of Wrightwood, kind of near the bridge to nowhere. Actually, we were really close to the bridge to nowhere, and several fellows from high school and this priest all went camping. And we get to walking, and we didn't know he was tripping. He didn't know we were all tripping, but he says, "Hey, let's turn off our lights and walk in the dark. Your eyes will adjust in about 2 minutes." And so we did. And so yeah, we hiked in the dark to our campsite. We set up campsite, and it was in this boulder-strewn canyon bottom. It was all flat, and we set up camp, and we're getting, I think we were in bed like 2 a.m. and there was an earthquake that sent boulders down into our camp and just missing us. Like if people had set up their tent or sleeping bag in a different spot, they would have been killed. Let's see if you can see someone hiking on the road beneath me with a light, but so there is a road. I didn't follow it. There was a road over here. Old cut trail. I should have taken from that last little rock outcrop. I couldn't see it. Now I see it, but it's like, what's the point? I'm trying to get to it. Let's just go straight down this shit. But it's, you can't see it. It's all like half dirt, half rock, and a third plant right underneath me here on a 45-degree slope. Kind of sticky on the feet. So I just started carrying with a walking stick 2 years ago. And I'm liking it right now. I used to not mind slipping on my ass and shit and that stuff. And again, I've done these hikes in sandals. Right now I got sturdy boots on. Ain't that beautiful though? I'll have to get this trace. Mule track. All right, I'm on it. So I am actually sweating right now. It's probably 50 degrees. But walking downhill like this actually takes a lot of energy, and so yeah, I got a sweat on. Try and keep it to where I'm not anymore, just so I don't overexert my muscles and cause the arthritis, and hypertension, muscular hypertension issues to activate. So I just rolled on a rock though without my walking stick. That would have probably been a lot more awkward on my knees. I started carrying the walking stick though because some jackass attacked me up here in the middle of the night after they closed the bar down. I used to go into the bar for food and a couple of rounds after that bar shut down. But that's where I met my daughter's mother even. And that guy, I didn't realize he'd been there all fucking day drinking, and we had just been fixing people's freaking eyeglasses sitting at the bar next to each other. And he was so drunk he didn't recognize me. He was like stopped on the highway and thought I was tailgating him. I didn't know if it was a drunk or a, I don't know if you can see the road I'm on here. Nope, too dark to see the road. Didn't know if it was a drunk or a tourist lost. I pulled over and they started flashing their high beams at me shit after I passed them, and it ended up being a drunk, not a lost tourist. Oh shit, let's see. So I'm in this like ravine at the second here. It's a little gully. It's weighs 3 feet deep at this point. Erosion coming off this little road, the mine road I was just on. And on the way up, I stopped to, oh, there's a deer right there. You hear him? There's like 3 of them just running away from like 50 feet away from me. Yeah, there's just all the water off the roads running down this freaking footpath, and no one's ever put a water bar in. It blows my mind. Before I had to really lay down, right after I lost my farm, I was hiking a lot on some trails in the valley I prefer, or I used to. They're too crowded now, but they were washing out in the thunderstorms. We're getting these crazy thunderstorms, and whatever reason, people like high side the Crate Gully. I'm walking past gnarly gully erosion right here. Compression causes overland flow, causes increased energy potential for the water to carry particles, and then as it carries the particles, it knocks other particles loose and compounds and creates these rills and gullies, right? And so on walking paths, if you don't have water bars to drain the water off, it increases as it moves down the mountain, down the slope, etc. And that's how you get gullies and rill erosion. And then, but if you're on like a path or a trail and people continue to like push the rocks out of the trail up the side, especially even if it's on the downhill side, you continuously create, accentuate, and redirect all the water into that V shape. And so I was fixing that I decided like I'm gonna go in here and start doing stone work on this trail and keep it from blowing out every time it rains. And I was doing it would have been like $20,000 worth of stonework for a private person, like around their home or whatever. And these jackasses would come and yell at me for putting rocks in the trail. Like the entire trail is rocks. It's a moraine. It's a glacial moraine. It's all rocks. And some people actually literally would like rip out all the stonework I did and throw it off the side of the mountain. Fucking idiots. Whatever. Anyhow, glad you're all enjoying this. I'll slow down for a second and let you look. Got some news. New folks join, old folks leaving. That's Snowbird. What are we looking at there? Yeah. So that's actually the light you see there is the Howitzer tower building. You can see little cloud light in the middle of the screen there. It's pretty faint. I see my first stars and planets popping. See if we can get any on screen. There we go. So officially dark 30, right? Happy solstice. The days are now getting shorter in North America. So it's actually about straight across from me. There's a dim light over there. Not the one up on the right, but in the center. I don't know if it's coming through at all. That's where I worked this winter, the Watson's Cafe. So there's a light, right? Years ago, I took a photograph from over where that light's at, looking down the canyon, and you see about the same amount of lights. But it's a beautiful view of these peaks and stuff in the valley, and I made it into a poster and postcards. It was Alton Nightlife, and it's just like 3 lights: Crescent Moon, Venus, and Mount Superior. I'm surprised, even being dark, there's still a decent grainy picture there. Oh, it's funny. This section I'm walking down right now, and my body's fucked up, or it's a really dangerous avalanche. I'll come up here. It's pretty low angle, and I can just run up this section with my skis on, not taking them off, turn around, and without using skins or anything. With my grip wax skis, turn around and ski down. Oh boy. All right, there. I'm gonna be getting down into where this is all you see is darkness. It sure is pretty though when it flashes that blue right into there, right? Oh yeah. Appreciate y'all. Go out in the world and make it a better place than the meat suit you was given to do it in. There's... Boom. I'll just keep it going. See if it keeps going. I couldn't be anybody else. How many 3-star cycles of existence, right? I want to be someone else. I have a hardest time remembering people's names. I realize it's because the name in this meat suit isn't our names, is it? It's just what we call ourselves in these meat suits. Oh, here's a road. There we go. That's kind of like that alpinite life. Some willows, spruce trees. There's someone coming up behind us. They got a light on. They're going to blind me. I usually just close my eyes when they come by. Yeah, it truly is dark, but I gotta stop and let people like that go by so I can still see. A little bit of light blinds you. Your eyes adjust. You know, when my body was in better condition, I used to run down these trails at night like this, or even off trail. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the timber now. There really isn't gonna be a whole lot to see. It's really dark down here. This thing's pointed up at the sky through the trees. It shows you how dark it is. Just trying to get a silhouette. Can't even. Well, if you figure out some way to fucking make this pay. Used to get paid to hike, but usually the mountain was on fire. That's the ticket right there, huh? Alright, I'm going to shut this down. Peace out, folks. I can't even, let's see, I gotta do this. There we go.